Fear and doubt are the biggest obstacles standing between people and their dreams. Many believe that failure is what holds them back, but in reality, failure is a stepping stone to success. The real enemy is not the act of failing itself. It is the fear of trying and the doubt that convinces us that we are not good enough before we even begin. This mindset is what stops people from chasing their goals, from taking risks, and from reaching their full potential. When people focus too much on the possibility of failure, they become paralyzed. They start asking, what if I don't succeed? Or what if I embarrass myself? These questions create hesitation, and hesitation leads to inaction. The truth is, failure is an inevitable part of any journey. Every successful person has faced failure in some way. Michael Jordan himself was cut from his high school basketball team. At that moment, he could have let fear and doubt take over. He could have believed he wasn't good enough and quit playing basketball altogether. But instead, he used that moment as motivation. He trained harder, practiced longer, and refused to let that setback define him. Many people let doubt win before they even start. They convince themselves that they are not talented enough, not smart enough, or not strong enough to achieve what they want. They compare themselves to others who are already successful and think, I could never be like. But what they fail to realize is that those successful individuals also started somewhere. They weren't born with all the skills, knowledge, or experience they have now. They built it over time through effort, persistence, and a willingness to fail and learn. One of the biggest myths about success is that only naturally gifted people achieve great things. While talent can help, it is not the deciding factor. Art, dedication, and the courage to try, despite the fear of failure, are what truly determines success. There are countless stories of people who were told they weren't good enough but proved everyone wrong by refusing to give up. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he finally invented the light bulb. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. JK. Rowling faced multiple rejections before Harry Potter became a worldwide phenomenon. These people didn't let doubt or fear stop them. Instead, they pushed forward, knowing that failure was just part of the process. Fear and doubt also make people settle for less than they are capable of. When someone believes they will fail, they don't give their full effort. They hold back because they don't want to be disappointed. But by doing this, they are already setting themselves up for failure. When you don't give 100%, you don't allow yourself to grow. You don't take the necessary risks that could lead to success. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also guarantees that you will never reach your highest potential. The best way to overcome fear and doubt is through action. The more you try, the more you realize that failure is not the end. It is just a step along the way. Every time you face a challenge and push through it, you become strong. Confidence doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from facing it head on, proving to yourself that you can rise above it. Even when things don't go as planned, you gain experience and knowledge that will help you in the future. Another way to defeat fear and doubt is by changing the way you think about failure. Instead of seeing it as a negative thing, see it as a learning opportunity. Every mistake you make is a lesson. Every setback is a chance to grow. When you start viewing failure this way, it loses its power over you. It no longer becomes something to be afraid of, but rather something that helps you improve. It is also important to surround yourself with people who encourage you to keep going. Many times, fear and doubt come from the negative voices around us. People who say we can't do something or that we shouldn't even try. These voices can be loud, but they don't have to be right. Instead, seek out people who believe in you, who push you to be better, and who remind you that failing is not the same as losing. At the end of the day, the only real failure is not trying. The moment you let fear and doubt stop you, you have already lost. But if you push past those feelings and take action, you give yourself a chance to succeed. Even if you don't succeed right away, you will still be further along than if you had never tried at all. Every great achievement starts with someone taking a leap of faith despite their fears. So don't let doubt control your future. Don't be afraid to fail, because failure is not what defines you. Your response to it does. Keep trying, keep pushing, keep believing in yourself, because when you refuse to let fear and doubt win, you open the door to endless possibilities. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. But the truth is, Failure is an essential part of success. Every failure holds a lesson, and every setback is a step forward. The most successful people in the world have failed countless times before they achieved greatness. What sets them apart is not their ability to avoid failure, but their ability to learn from it and keep going. Many people fear failure so much that they never take the first step toward their goals. They hesitate, afraid of making mistakes or looking foolish, but avoiding failure means avoiding growth. When a baby is learning to walk, they fall over and over again. Yet, they don't stop trying. They don't decide that walking is too hard and give up. Instead, they get back up again and again until they finally succeed. This is the same mindset that leads to success in any area of life. Failure is not a sign that you are incapable. It is proof that you are trying. When you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you will inevitably face setbacks. But those setbacks are where real learning happens. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. It shows you what doesn't work, so you can adjust and improve. Without failure, there is no progress. History is full of examples of people who turned failure into success. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He understood that every failed attempt brought him closer to his goal. If he had given up after the first few failures, the world might have been a very different place. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Many people would have taken that as a sign to quit. But Jordan used that failure as motivation. He trained harder, worked longer, and eventually became one of the most legendary athletes in history. His failures didn't stop him. They fueled him. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was rejected by multiple publishers before her book was finally accepted. Imagine if she had stopped trying after the first rejection. The world would have never known the magic of Harry Potter. But she believed in her story and kept pushing forward, even when others told her no. What these stories teach us is that failure is not the end of the road. It is simply a detour, a redirection towards something better. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle failure. Some see it as a reason to quit, while others see it as a lesson and keep moving forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make is taking failure personally. They see it as a reflection of their worth or abilities. But failure is not a statement about who you are. It is just an outcome of a particular effort. If something doesn't work, it doesn't mean you are a failure. It simply means that approach didn't work. The key is to separate your self-worth from your results. Just because you fail at something doesn't mean you are not capable of succeeding. It is also important to understand that failure is temporary. A failed attempt does not mean you will never succeed. It just means you need to adjust, learn, and try again. Every failure brings you one step closer to success. It eliminates one wrong path and helps you find the right one. The only time failure becomes permanent is when you stop trying. Many people allow failure to define them, but the most successful individuals use failure as fuel. They analyze what went wrong, learn from their mistakes, and come back stronger. They do not let one bad experience dictate their entire journey. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their effort, their attitude, and their determination. Failure also builds resilience. When you experience setbacks and keep going, you develop mental strength. You learn to handle disappointment, adapt to challenges, and push through obstacles. These are the qualities that lead to long-term success. Without failure, you would never develop the resilience needed to handle the difficulties that come with achieving great things. Think about the people you admire the most. Chances are they have faced failure at some point in their lives, but instead of letting it stop them, they used it as a stepping stone. They embraced failure, learned from it, and kept moving forward. The next time you face failure, remember that it is not the end. It is an opportunity. It is a lesson. It is proof that you are trying, growing, and moving forward. Do not fear failure. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it push you to be better, because every failure is just one step closer to success. Many people believe that success comes from waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. They hesitate, thinking they need everything to align before they take action. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion, does not exist. No moment will ever be completely perfect, and no one ever starts their journey fully prepared. What truly matters is effort. The willingness to try, to put in the work, and to keep pushing forward even when things aren't ideal is what separates those who succeed from those who never even start. Perfectionism is often disguised as a good trait, but in reality, it can be one of the biggest obstacles to progress. People who chase perfection tend to procrastinate because they fear making mistakes. They believe that if something is not done perfectly, it is not worth doing at all. But this mindset prevents growth. Mistakes are part of learning. No one becomes great overnight, and no one achieves success without making errors along the way. The most important thing is to start, to take action, and to improve through experience. When we look at some of the greatest innovators, athletes, and creators in history, we see that none of them were perfect from the beginning. They all started with effort, not perfection. Michael Jordan did not become a basketball legend because he waited for the perfect game. He took thousands of shots in practice, missed plenty of them, and learned from his failures. He showed up, put in the effort, and continued to improve. If he had waited for perfection, he would have never made it to the NBA. The same applies to any. Writers do not produce bestsellers on their first draft. Artists do not create masterpieces with their first brushstroke. Entrepreneurs do not build successful businesses without first facing challenges and setbacks. They work through their mistakes and refine their craft over time. One of the biggest dangers of seeking perfection is that it leads to inaction. People become so afraid of not being perfect that they never even try. They think, I'll start when I'm ready, or I'll wait until I have more experience. But the reality is you will never feel completely ready. The only way to gain experience is by taking action. The only way to improve is by trying, failing, and trying again. Effort is what moves you forward. Another problem with a perfectionist mindset is that it creates unnecessary pressure. When someone believes they must be perfect, they become overly critical of themselves. They judge every mistake harshly and feel discouraged when things don't go exactly as planned. This kind of pressure can be paralyzing. It makes people give up before they have even given themselves a real chance. But when you shift your focus from perfection to progress, everything changes. Instead of aiming to be perfect, aim to be better than yesterday. Instead of fearing mistakes, see them as opportunities to learn. Effort also builds resilience. When you put in the work, even when things aren't perfect, you develop a mindset that allows you to push through obstacles. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will always come your way. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you will never take action. But if you develop the habit of showing up and giving your best effort, you will be prepared to handle whatever comes your way. Success is built on small, consistent efforts over time. There is no single moment when everything magically falls into place. The people who achieve their goals are the ones who take steps forward no matter how small. They don't wait for perfection. They focus on progress. They understand that every day of effort adds up. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling. Before becoming one of the most successful authors in history, she faced rejection from multiple publishers. If she had waited for the perfect situation, she might have never submitted her manuscript. But she believed in her story and kept pushing forward. She improved her writing, learned from her failures, and kept putting in the effort. That persistence led to the creation of the Harry Potter series, which has inspired millions around the world. Another example is Steve Jobs, who co-founded Apple. He didn't wait until he had the perfect computer before launching his company. He started with what he had, made improvements along the way, and kept working on his vision. If he had waited for perfection, Apple might not exist today. This lesson applies to everyday life as well. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a business, or pursuing a personal goal, waiting for the perfect moment will only hold you back. The best time to start is now. The best way to improve is through consistent effort. At the end of the day, effort matters more than perfection. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the most prepared. They are the ones who show up, put in the work, and refuse to quit. They are the ones who understand that mistakes are part of the journey and that progress is more important than perfection. So don't let the illusion of perfection stop you from moving forward. Start where you are, with what you have, and give it your best effort. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep going, Because in the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about putting in the effort that will take you to success. Success is not about never failing. It is about resilience and persistence. The ability to keep going despite obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments is what truly separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Many people think that talent or luck determines success, but in reality, it is persistence, the refusal to quit, that makes the biggest difference. No matter how talented someone is, without resilience, they will struggle to overcome the inevitable challenges that come their way. Life is full of difficulties. No matter what you are trying to accomplish, there will be moments when things do not go as planned. You will face rejection, failure, and frustration. This is a reality that no one can escape. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to these difficulties. Some people let failure discourage them, while others use it as fuel to keep going. One of the greatest examples of resilience and persistence is Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team, a moment that could have ended his dreams. Many people in his situation might have accepted defeat and given up. But Jordan did the opposite. Instead of seeing it as a sign that he wasn't good enough, he saw it as a challenge to work harder. He practiced relentlessly, trained harder than ever, and eventually became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His success wasn't just because of his talent, it was because he refused to give up. This lesson applies to every area of life, whether it is sports, academics, business, or personal goals. Setbacks are inevitable. What matters is how you respond. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the ones who never face difficulties. They are the ones who keep pushing forward despite those difficulties. Resilience is a mindset. It is the belief that challenges are not meant to stop you, but to strengthen you. Many people fail once and assume that means they are not capable. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every successful person has failed at some point. The key is to learn from each failure and keep going. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, failed thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This attitude is what made him successful. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, he saw it as progress. He understood that each attempt brought him closer to success. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced multiple rejections before finally getting published. If she had given up after the first rejection, the world would have never known one of the most beloved book series in history. But she believed in her story and kept going, even when it seemed like success was impossible. Resilience also plays a major role in business. Entrepreneurs who succeed are not necessarily the ones with the best ideas. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, was once fired from the very company he helped build. Instead of giving up, he used the experience to learn and grow. He later returned to Apple and transformed it into one of the most successful companies in the world. His ability to persist, even after experiencing failure, was what made him great. Persistence is not just about hard work. It is about maintaining a strong mindset. Many people work hard for a short period, but quit when they don't see immediate results. True persistence means continuing to push forward, even when progress is slow. It means believing in yourself and your abilities, even when others doubt you. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the ability to adapt. Life will not always go as planned, and sometimes things will not work out the way you expected. Instead of seeing these moments as the end, resilient people find new ways to move forward. They adjust their approach, learn from their mistakes, and keep going. A major part of developing resilience is having a strong reason behind what you do. When you have a clear purpose or goal, it becomes easier to push through obstacles. Many people give up because they lose sight of why they started in the first place. When times get tough, remind yourself why you are doing what you do. Whether it is a personal dream, career goal, or a passion, having a strong reason will help you stay motivated. It is also important to surround yourself with the right people. Encouragement and support from others can make a huge difference in maintaining resilience. Find people who inspire you, who push you to be better, and who remind you that setbacks are not the end. Sometimes when we doubt ourselves, having the right people around us can help us stay on track. stay on track. Another key to resilience is focusing on progress rather than perfection. Many people quit because they feel like they are not good enough. But success is not about being perfect. It is about improving over time. Every small step forward counts. Instead of focusing on how far you have to go, focus on how far you have already come. At the end of the day, success is not about avoiding failure. It is about refusing to give up. It is about having the courage to keep going, even when things are difficult. Resilience and persistence are what turn dreams into reality. No matter how many times you fall, as long as you get back up and keep moving forward, you are on the path to success. So when challenges come your way, don't let them stop you. Use them as stepping stones to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. Keep pushing, keep believing, and never give up. Because the people who succeed in life are the ones who refuse to quit. The people we choose to surround ourselves with have a powerful impact on our lives. Our friends, family, mentors, and colleagues shape our thoughts, influence our actions, and ultimately affect our chances of success. The saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," highlights how important it is to have the right influences around us. If you want to succeed, grow, and become the best version of yourself, you need to surround yourself with people who push you forward, not hold you back. One of the biggest reasons why the right environment is crucial is because human beings naturally adopt the behaviors, attitudes, and mindsets of those around them. If you spend time with people who are ambitious, hardworking, and positive, you are more likely to develop those same qualities. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with negative, unmotivated people who constantly complain and make excuses, their mindset will start to affect you as well. Think about successful athletes. They train with the best coaches and teammates because they know that being in the right environment helps them improve. If an athlete were to train with people who do not take practice seriously, who skip workouts, and who have no motivation to win, their performance would suffer. The same applies to every area of life. If you want to succeed in business, you should be around people who think big, take risks, and work hard. If you want to become a great artist, you should spend time with other creative individuals who inspire and challenge you. The people around us also influence our self-belief. If you are constantly around people who doubt you, criticize your dreams, or tell you that your goals are unrealistic, you may start to believe them. Negative influences can drain your motivation and make you question your own potential. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by people who encourage you, support your ambitions, and believe in your abilities, you will feel more confident and motivated to keep going, even when challenges arise. Having the right people in your life is not just about receiving support, it is also about being challenged. Growth happens when we are pushed out of our comfort zones. If you are always the smartest, most hardworking person in your circle, then you are in the wrong circle. You should aim to be around people who are ahead of you, who inspire you to do more, and who make you want to push yourself further. Learning from those who have already achieved success in the areas you are working toward can save you time and help you avoid mistakes. One of the best examples of this principle is found in the lives of successful entrepreneurs. Many of them credit their success to the mentors and peers who helped them along the way. Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, 2 of the biggest names in technology, both had strong networks of mentors, colleagues, and competitors who challenged them to innovate and improve. They learned from the best, competed with the best, and as a result, became the best. Surrounding yourself with the right people also helps you maintain the right mindset. Life is full of challenges, and there will be times when you feel discouraged or uncertain. Having a strong support system can help you stay focused and motivated. People who genuinely care about your success will remind you of your strengths, help you find solutions to problems, and encourage you to keep going. It is also important to recognize when certain relationships are holding you back. Sometimes the people closest to us can be the ones limiting our growth. Friends or family members who are comfortable with mediocrity may not understand your desire to push yourself and achieve more. They may unknowingly discourage you because they are afraid of change or because they do not want to be left behind. While it is important to value relationships, it is equally important to protect your mindset and your future. You do not have to cut people out of your life completely, but you should be mindful of how much influence they have over you.
Making an effort to connect with the right people is a conscious choice. If you do not have a strong circle of motivated, ambitious individuals around you, seek them out.
Attend events, join communities, and engage in conversations with people who share your passions and goals. Read books, watch interviews, and follow individuals who inspire you. In today's digital world, you do not have to be in the same physical space as someone to learn from them. Another important aspect of building a strong network is being the kind of person that others want to be around. If you want to be surrounded by motivated, hardworking, and successful individuals, you need to embody those qualities yourself. Be a source of encouragement, share knowledge, and uplift others. Success is not just about what you can gain from others. It is also about what you contribute. The impact of your environment cannot be overstated. If you want to reach your full potential, take a close look at the people around you. Are they inspiring you to be better, or are they keeping you stuck in the same place? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? The answers to these questions will tell you whether your environment is helping you grow or limiting your potential. Success is not achieved alone. It is built through connections, relationships, and the energy of those around us. Choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and be the kind of person who adds value to the lives of others. When you do this, success will not just be a possibility. It will become inevitable. Many people dream of achieving great things, but only a few turn their dreams into reality. The key difference between those who succeed and those who do not is discipline. Talent, intelligence, and luck can play a role in success, but without discipline, none of those factors matter. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades, when challenges arise, and when success seems far away. It is the foundation of all achievements, and without it, even the most ambitious goals remain out of reach. Discipline is often misunderstood. Some people see it as a strict, joyless way of living, but in reality, discipline is free. It gives you control over your life and helps you achieve the things that truly matter. Without discipline, you become a prisoner to distractions, bad habits, and temporary pleasures that prevent you from reaching your full potential. The most successful people understand that discipline is not about punishing yourself. It is about making consistent choices that bring you closer to your goals. One of the most important aspects of discipline is consistency. Anyone can work hard for a day, a week, or even a month. But true success comes from showing up every single day, even when you do not feel like it. The greatest athletes, musicians, and entrepreneurs are not the best simply because they have talent. They are the best because they train, practice, and work hard every day, even when they are tired, uninspired, or unmotivated. Michael Jordan did not become a basketball legend by practicing only when he felt like it. He disciplined himself to put in the work every single day, no matter what. That consistency is what made him great. Discipline also requires sacrifice. Every successful person has had to give up something in order to achieve their goals. This could mean sacrificing time spent on entertainment, socializing less, or waking up earlier to get things done. The reality is, you cannot have everything at once. If you want to be successful in any area of life, you must be willing to make sacrifices and prioritize what truly matters. Those who lack discipline often struggle because they allow distractions to take priority over their goals. They spend hours on social media, watching TV, or engaging in activities that do not contribute to their growth. Meanwhile, disciplined individuals make conscious choices about how they spend their time, ensuring that their actions align with their ambitions. Another key aspect of discipline is self-control. It is easy to give in to temptation, whether it is skipping a workout, procrastinating on important tasks, or choosing comfort over progress. But self-control is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who do not. It is about doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. Successful people understand that feelings are temporary, but results come from consistent action. They do not let their emotions dictate their actions. Instead, they rely on habits and routines that keep them on track. 2-1. Discipline is also about accountability. Many people fail to reach their goals because they make excuses. They blame their circumstances, lack of resources, or bad luck. But disciplined individuals take full responsibility for their actions. They do not wait for the perfect moment or ideal conditions. They take action regardless of the obstacles in their way. They understand that success is not given. It is earned through effort, perseverance, and a refusal to quit. One of the biggest benefits of discipline is that it builds confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can stick to your commitments, you start to believe in your ability to achieve anything. Each time you push through discomfort and stay disciplined, you strengthen your mindset and develop mental toughness. And over time, this confidence becomes unshakable, allowing you to take on even bigger challenges with the belief that you will succeed. Many people struggle with discipline because they rely too much on motivation. The problem with motivation is that it is temporary. It comes and goes, and it cannot be relied upon to achieve long-term success. Discipline, on the other hand, is stable. It is a habit, a mindset, and a way of life. When motivation is high, discipline keeps you going. When motivation is low, discipline keeps you going. It is what ensures that you stay on track, no matter how you feel in the moment. Developing discipline requires practice. It is not something that happens overnight. The best way to build discipline is to start small and be consistent. Set clear goals, create a daily routine, and hold yourself accountable. Over time, these small actions will become habits, and discipline will become second nature. The more you practice self-discipline, the easier it becomes to stay focused, resist distractions, and make choices that support your success. It is also important to surround yourself with disciplined individuals. If you are around people who lack discipline, you will be tempted to adopt their habits. But if you spend time with people who are hardworking, focused, and committed to their goals, their discipline will inspire you to do the same. Success is contagious, and being in the right environment can make all the difference. At the end of the day, discipline is the key to turning dreams into reality. It is what allows you to stay committed to your goals, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward, no matter what. Without discipline, talent is wasted, potential is never realized, and success remains out of reach. But with discipline, anything is possible. So if you want to achieve something great, do not wait for motivation. Do not rely on talent alone. Develop the discipline to show up every day, put in the work, and stay committed to your goals. Success is not about luck or natural ability. It is about discipline, consistency, and a relentless determination to never give up.